Oh, hey guys, look who it is.
Hey.
Son of Flieggenhard herself. Flieggenhard?
Hi. Flieggenhard.
We've been friends for about 4 or 5 years and I still can't say your name. In the theme of bodies, which is something that I talk about a lot on here, I guess.
Yes.
I thought I'd get Sanne in. So we could both talk about body confidence.
I have a body.
Yeah, because I think there's a lot of I have a body. I brought it. My body is available.
Especially,
yeah. It's looking great, by the way. I feel there's lots of videos online about feeling beautiful and being confident in yourself, but there's no like. I'm very task based, as I think that you are as well. We like actual tasks to do, like things that are practical. And sometimes there's a lot of like rhetoric around being like, oh, I just need to like be confident. This is like a pragmatist's guide to body confidence. I'm just going on now. So something that I found is really helpful is generally exercise. A lot of people say that, but it's not really to lose weight or that kind of, it's more like I realise I think a lot in my head, and especially if you're into booktube and you're a reader, you spend so much time in your head, you forget that you have a body. And I know that's really weird and maybe careless of me to forget, but I do just forget that I live in a body because I live so much in my head. So exercise is really important, and also I moisturise a lot more now. I know that's really weird, right? But here's my theory.
You're just like touching your body.
Yeah. So like I always feel a lot bigger than I am. So I like sometimes I will try and walk around a table and I'm convinced I'm about to hit this table because I feel like I'm here.
Yeah.
But I'm not, I'm just here. So having this whole like knowing where I end and where I begin is really useful.
It's nothing worse in a restaurant than like knocking over someone's glass with your butt because you're trying to get through the table.
Yeah, also you can underestimate, and that's also like, oh god. But like just reminding myself where I am, like literally where I am is a lot. It just helps me feel like more real. Does that sound really weird?
No, that makes sense.
That's a good one. How about you?
So I think for me, one of the things is that like thinking about your body as a functional thing. So the like being like basically like it's the thing that takes you from place to place. Yeah. And like it helps you carry stuff and helps you do things, and like thinking about it in a practical way like that more than just like an object that people look at. Yeah. Like no, it's the thing that takes you places and it's functional. Yeah. It's like your home. Yeah. And if you spent all of your money on like nice pillows but you didn't fix like the pipe work and the toilet didn't flush, like bad things would. Oh man, you don't want to make a toilet comparison there. No. I think you're somebody that is like quite body confident. I don't know that in a patronising way, but like when we go, I feel like when we go shopping together, because we're very similar, like we have like the same body. It's really weird. This is really funny. We wear you're a little bit shorter, but we wear the exact same size, and so we'll try stuff on, and then I'll try on. I'm like, oh, I don't quite like how this fits, and then you'll try, like, we'll just switch clothes. It's really funny. I buy clothes off you that you spontaneously buy and then don't like, because I'm like, sure, that will fit me, without trying on, because I just know, and I know. I have another friend who has the exact same body size as well, and it's just like, it's hilarious. And it's like, we're small in the same places and big, and it's so weird. Yeah. But yeah, I feel like you're somebody who, like, when we go shopping, we'll be in a changing room, and you'll just be like, nope, this one isn't for me, and it's not like, oh, I feel horrible. You're just like, I mean, there's a fault with this dress. It's wrong. We were talking about this earlier, and I was saying, like, if clothes don't fit, I'm more upset that they haven't been made to fit my body than I'm upset that my body doesn't fit the clothes, because they're just made for like a general mold of person. And I'm like, oh, I wish they just made them a bit wider at the hips, really. Like, that's what I'm more upset about. Because like, try and think about all the different kinds of people that will try on that same dress in different sizes, but like sometimes you see a dress and you're like, she's not made for my body type, really. Like, there's no point in trying to try it on or like be upset about it. I do feel like you are way better at buying clothes that, for me, I would have areas where I'm like, oh, I don't quite like how that fits, and I think you're quite like, I like this, so I'm just gonna like, wear it and I don't care. Case in point today. What is this? Yeah, I guess like I'm just like, I will own that piece of clothing because it's a great piece of clothing. I've done it once or twice where I was like, I know this is not the most flattering shape, but I love this and I think it looks good. And there's this like BuzzFeed video where it says like, I dressed to show my belly fat for a week. Yes. And sometimes I have something where I'm like, this is not as like concealing as it could be, but I think it's great. And I'm gonna sit down and it's not like, you know, it's like, it's fine. It's fine. You can, and I also think like, have like, just people can see your body and that's fine. There's lots of like, I think it's like thin and good. It's like, there are lots of clothes that I look thin in, but I don't look happy and I don't look good in. Right. But I do look thin. And then there's clothes that I like look great in, but I don't actually look very thin. I actually probably look bigger. Right, because like people would like prefer clothes that you're like, oh, that makes you look really like thin. Yeah. And sometimes you're like, I don't care if it's not like hiding a specific bit that people want to hide.
Yeah.
Like sometimes it's fine to have that on show.
You can still buy something basically if it only falls into one of the categories.
Yeah.
That's okay. It doesn't need to be everything. So another thing that I do that I've just like recently started realizing that I'm doing is like, so say if I'm feeling really heavy, or if I'm just like I feel like I'm not seeing myself correctly. I take a selfie of myself in the mirror in my underwear, and then I don't look.
I like your mirror underwear selfies. They're great. They end up on Instagram.
They do end up on Instagram. Don't care. And then I don't look at them. So like take a picture, don't look at it, don't assess how I look in that picture, and then I come back to it 24 hours later, and I'm like, I look fine. Idiot. Like I look like myself. I look, and it's kind of like
having a bad moment.
Yeah, like it's kind of like when you look at holiday pictures of yourself when you're a teenager and you remember feeling so bad about yourself and how horrible you looked, and you look at that and you're like, I look fine, and you start to look at yourself like you'd look at somebody else. So if I looked at a picture of you in a bikini, I'd be like, you look great, and it's kind of like that. You just need to have that delayed response to yourself, because in the moment you can just like your mind is weird, it can warp things.
Yeah, this is kind of a weird one, but it's like, don't force yourself to wear clothes that you feel like you should be wearing. If there's like something that you don't like having on show, that's totally fine, and you don't have to force yourself to wear it and then be uncomfortable with it. So like just wear what you're comfortable with. I never wear like tank tops ever. Just don't do it ever. And that's fine, because I think I would feel, I don't think you always have to, this sounds weird, but like you don't always have to overcome a certain thing and have everything on show. If you don't want it, that's fine. It's your body. You can deal with it.
That's not a sign of body confidence to be able to wear anything, is that sometimes those things stress you out, and you just I think it's this idea of the staple wardrobe where it's like, I need 3 strap tops, 2 long sleeve tops, 1 dress, and 2 pairs of jeans. And it's like, no, some people just fucking hate jeans.
I also really like this thing that Caitlin Moran said once. I can't remember which book it is in, but she's just talking about how she's like, guess what? No one has to see you in your underwear if you don't want to show them. Like, not the whole world has to see what you look like in like lingerie. Most of the time you're wearing clothes, and you decide what you wear. And I really like the idea that you don't have to feel like, oh, I don't like what I look like in this situation. It's like, people don't have to see you like that if you don't want them to.
Fine. They're not going to know. They're not going to look at you and be like, bet she has cellulite. Bet it's true. If you have any body confidence tips, do leave them below. They're really helpful, especially like practical ones that are actually like a doing thing rather than a thinking thing.
Sometimes it's a little thing that someone says and it makes you think about something entirely differently because you didn't see it in that light before, and you're like, yeah,
what you just said about the clothes thing, I was like, yeah, nobody does need to see it.
I just loved that sentence. I was like, oh my god, and it takes away so many worries for a weird reason. You're like, just like, you can see yourself naked as much as you want, but not everyone has to see that, so it's fine.
Yeah, exactly. So weird. I didn't think about that. Anyway, thanks for coming on, Sanne.
No worries.
Subscribe to Sanne. Books and Quills. Yes. Okay, we'll see you on our next one. Frog Nog out.
Bye.